like, I phoned everyone in the band to come with me to this thing tonight, and everyone turned me down. And Sean was he was my last resort, and I actually ended up lying to him, or telling him a half truth, and it made him think that it was actually band practice. And we had a band practice, and he took me to the band practice. And when he got here from Brackenfell, and I told him actually,
what a lie.
But I thought you guys travelled further than Brackenfell, because I checked the GP number plate. I'd like to start working it out.
So, why is it that you guys don't like interviews?
I mean, I don't mind these interviews when you guys buy drinks and stuff. That's cool. But I mean,
we are the only radio station in the world that actually gives people drinks on the show. That's awesome, don't you think?
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It's awesome.
Did you actually think that Sean would be smiling tonight? Check him. He's beaming. He's loving this.
I thought he was going to disown me and not speak to me for the rest of. I mean, we've been buddies for like almost 20 years.
Okay, cool. So back to the question: How did you guys start?
So myself and Sean used to play in a thrash metal band back in the 90s, the early 90s, called Leviathan, and some of the guys went overseas to do their thing or whatever, and we were just left alone to. Just myself and Sean left, so we decided, cool, let's start a band. I went to college with Amos, our guitarist, and our original drummer also went to college with me, so just kind of hooked it up from there, and you know, the rest is history, I suppose.
Sweet. When was that? What year was that?
1995 we started.
Sure. Yeah. Wow. Back in the day, guys. So in 1995, what were the big bands that you guys were listening to? Who were the Kings of Leon?
You guys didn't have dreadlocks those days, eh?
No. I had like this long Timote, like blonde hair.
Washed every night on the hour.
So he hasn't changed. He looks exactly the same as
he does. He hasn't aged one bit. I mean,
you also know him from back in the day.
Yeah, back then. Yeah, we were playing bass together in a bedroom.
Yeah.
That sounds so wrong.
Big bands. I don't know. I suppose we were kind of into like Operation Ivy was one of the big ones we were into. What do we liked? We liked Faith No More and Mr. Bungle back in those days.
Absolutely.
Rancid.
Those are all the bands that are on the playlist tonight.
Oh, really? Okay.
Sweet. So, what bands actually inspired you guys? Same bands, or?
I guess, you know, we've also all come from completely different backgrounds. I mean, we all came from a thrash background, kind of. So we were metalheads, then we kind of, I don't know, Sean's more into a sort of Primus kind of thing. Our guitarist is more into, he's very sort of metal orientated. I'm kind of more into like reggae and ska and stuff, and we all just got like really like different influences, so we just kind of brought it all together. And
which kind of brings a really cool identity to a band. I mean, it's like different influences. No, you all come from a punk rock era or like, you know, influence, and then just sort of bash together. There's nothing interesting then.
Yeah.
Do you think a band that has members that have all different tastes in music, opposed to a band that they all like the same shit? Do you think those bands are stronger? Bring a different element?
I suppose it depends on who like how the songwriting process is. I mean, with us, we kind of generally write the songs together, which takes longer, but I think at the end of the day it makes it more interesting because there's a lot of different influences in the actual song. I find, you know, like I've been overseas for a while now, and I think that Cape Town in general has got like there's a lot of fresh sounds coming out of here. When you go overseas, a lot of good musicians, really cool musicians, and but they're very sort of set in their genres, and like it's there's nothing really fresh going on there.
Yeah.
Like, even when we toured there, it was like we were something different to what was going on there. So.
Cool. But now, in 1995, South African music wasn't really the strongest, right?
No.
If
It
someone tells
was
you...
pre. I don't know if you were on those days, but it was the South African music explosion. They called it.
What was that?
That was it.
Yeah,
It was like kind of nude girls time, man.
yeah, the nude girls time.
Yeah.
The nude girls, Lithium started it off, and then it was like the nude girls and like
Lithium, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that? And Nine.
Nine and Boo
Yeah.
and all that. It was like it was basically like pre 95 or 94 whatever. Like I think a lot of people were kind of almost embarrassed about their nationality in South Africa, and when it like with the new South Africa in those days, it was like there was a whole sort of feeling of patriotism kind of thing like that we never had before.
Yeah.
And music obviously came along with that too. So everyone was like, "Cool, like I'm a South African. I play South African music," and it was like it wasn't like, "Oh, okay, I don't want to listen to South African music. I want to listen to something from overseas." It was it was a right to be patriotic kind of thing. And I think the music industry benefited from that quite a lot, I suppose.
And now if someone told you in 1995 that a band 10, 15 years later would have their faces on a box of a KFC meal, would you believe them? Do you think South African music would have got that big?
No, the name's on a menu.
Not that.
Yeah, I probably would have drawn the line at like laptops or something. I don't know.
Been there. Cool. So now, where do you currently live? Where do you call home? I know South Africa will always be home, but
Yeah.
where's home for George?
Well, I'm staying in Berlin at the moment.
Okay.
I'm here until January because we're doing like a bit of a tour around South Africa. We're also busy working on an album, which we're hoping to release next year, like a new release. I'm going to call it release because I don't know if it's going to be an album or an EP. But we're definitely working on some songs to release next year.
So there's a German coming on.
It's,
Must be pretty hectic.
yeah.
Did you move to Berlin because you love the Polytones that much and that's like their second biggest place? Are they all over there? How are they there? Because when you ask one of the Polytones members, they obviously will say, "Oh no, we're huge."
No,
Huge. They play stadiums over there.
The Einfurt's huge in Berlin.
Really?
No one's ever mentioned Polytones to me, but definitely they know who
You don't
the
speak
Einfurt
to
is.
many old women, eh?
They don't have any KFCs there.
They do have one, I
Oh,
suppose.
hey, gotta hang out there, George.
But no, do you respect what they do though?
Who?
The Polytones.
KFC. No, I take my hat off to those guys. They're hard workers, you know.
You got to give that to them.
I got to give that to them, definitely.
Hard workers who play great music, or just hard workers?
Well, they put a lot of effort into their craft. You're trying to force me to say something I don't want to say.
George, you're on cam. See yourself on YouTube tomorrow. not to put the
Smile
pressure
and
on.
wave at Khan.
Don't mean to put the pressure on you.
But no, cool having you guys in the studio. When was